Have you ever wondered how a massive brand, keeps its look and feel perfectly consistent across hundreds of websites, in dozens of languages, and on every single app? Well, it's not magic, but it is kind of like a digital factory. And that factory, more often than not, is Adobe Experience Manager, or AEM for short. So over the next few minutes, we're going to pull back the curtain on this super powerful tool and see exactly why it's become the engine for modern marketing. So here's the game plan. First, we'll nail down what AEM actually is. Then we're going to explore its core powers, what it can really do. We'll even take a quick peek inside the command center. After that, we'll tackle a real-world dilemma that pretty much every company using it faces. And finally, we'll connect all the dots to see why any of this matters for a brand that's trying to win online today. Let's get started. All right, part one. What exactly is Adobe Experience Manager? Before we jump into all the cool stuff it can do, let's just start with a simple foundational definition. What is this thing at its core? Okay, so at its heart, AEM is a content management system, a CMS. But while you might use a simple CMS for a personal blog, AEM is built for a global enterprise. Think of it less like a blog tool and more like the central nervous system for a brand's entire digital world. It's coordinating everything from huge multi-language websites to the app on your phone and even the sign-up forms you fill out. That digital factory analogy is really the key to understanding this. Just imagine one central hub where a company creates, manages, and ships out every single piece of its digital brand. We're talking every photo, every video, every blog post, every product description. It all starts right here. And that's what ensures you, the customer, get a consistent experience no matter where you interact with them. So if AEM is this digital factory, what's actually on the assembly line? Let's break down AEM's core capabilities and see what it actually produces. Its first and most fundamental job is web content management. And we are not talking about simple static pages here. AEM is built to handle incredibly complex, dynamic websites that have to scale globally and, change constantly as the business grows. And here's the absolute game changer for marketers. What you're seeing here is the visual page editor. Instead of filing a ticket with the IT department and waiting, a marketer can just drag and drop components, a text block here, an image carousel there, directly onto the page. That bottleneck is just gone. Updates that used to take days, maybe even weeks, can now be done in minutes. And this shows its second core power, digital asset management, or DAM. AEM basically provides one central library for every single creative asset a company owns. That means every approved photo, video, and logo is organized, tagged, and super easy to find. This is how you make sure the brand looks and feels consistent absolutely everywhere. Its third superpower, personalization. AEM can intelligently change the content on a page based on who you are, where you're from, or what you've looked at before. So, if you're browsing from a cold climate, you might see an ad for a winter coat. If you're somewhere warm, you'll see swimsuits. It's how brands make experiences feel less like a broadcast and way more like a one-on-one conversation. Okay, so we've covered the what. Now let's get into the how. We're going to take a quick tour inside AEM and see what it actually looks like for the people who are using it every single day. And the journey for any user, whether they're a marketer or an administrator, it always starts right here at the secure login screen. This is the front door to the entire digital experience platform. Once you're in, you land on the main dashboard. Think of this as your command center or mission control. From here, you can jump off to manage websites, check on your marketing projects, or dive into that huge digital asset library we just talked about. It really is the central hub for all your work. And our little tour ends right back here in the page editor we saw a minute ago. This is really the heart of the platform. It's where all the strategy and all the assets come together to create that final experience for the customer. It's designed to make that whole process as intuitive as possible. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about a very practical question, one that a lot of organizations face when they start using AEM. And it all has to do with that digital asset management thing we mentioned. The big question they all have to answer is this: should we just use the digital asset management tool that's already built into AEM sites, or do we need the separate, really heavy-duty AEM asset solution? And the answer, of course, is it depends. But what's cool is it depends on some very specific things. Really, it all boils down to scale and scope. So look at that left column. If your assets are pretty much just for your website and your team is fairly small, the built-in DAM is all you need. It's simple, it's effective, job done. But now look over to the right. If you're a global company juggling tens of thousands of assets with complex legal or branding workflows, and you need to share stuff securely with partners, well, then you absolutely need the dedicated Assets Cloud. It's the enterprise-grade solution for enterprise-grade problems, especially if you need to deliver assets at scale with a CDN, a content delivery network, which gets your images and videos to customers anywhere in the world in an instant. And this expert from the Adobe Community Forum just sums it up perfectly. If your website is the star of the show, the built-in site stem is your starting point. But if your assets themselves are the core of your marketing strategy, powering all sorts of channels and campaigns, then investing in a dedicated asset solution is really the only way to go. Okay, so we've seen what AEM is, what it does, and how it's used. Let's get to the final and maybe most important question. Why does any of this actually matter? What's the bottom line here? It really comes down to these 5 things. First, you get centralized control, so no more hunting for the right logo or someone using an old version by mistake. You get speed and agility, which lets your marketers move at the speed of the market, not the speed of your IT department. You get consistent branding because everyone is working from the exact same playbook. You can deliver that personalization at scale that customers totally expect now. And finally, it's future ready. It's built to integrate and play nice with all the other marketing tools you're going to need down the road. So we'll leave you with this thought. A brand isn't just a product anymore. It's the sum of all its digital experiences. AEM is a tool designed to connect those experiences, to make them seamless. So the real question you have to ask is, are yours?